morning. Now, everyone said that Sarah and I were like a steam train last week. So this week we're going to be serene. Well, actually, she's not in here yet. So that's why it's all serene and everything. Wait till she comes through the door. You'll hear her bursting through the door in a second. Anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to John Scott's Sewing World. Now, before I do anything, I've got a fantastic show coming up today. Well, you all know my guest is, don't you? Because she's been putting it all over Facebook, all over social media, live from her studio in Shropshire. It's only Baffa. I know, Becky Alexander Frost. Look, hello,
Hi.
Baffa.
Hi.
How are you, my love?
I'm fine, thank you. And yourself?
I can't hear you, so I'll let you know later what she was saying. I could hear. I hope you could at home. Anyway, we'll catch up. Now, for those of you who don't know, Becky Alexander Frost Alexander is a very highly regarded handbag and bag designer and maker. She designs her own patterns, which we've got today, and she's brilliant. Now, we call her Baffa because her name is Becky Alexander Frost, and I couldn't remember when I first met her if it was Alexander Frost or Frost Alexander. So I used to call her Becky Alexander Frost Alexander, and then Facebook nicknamed her Baffa. So she's called Baffa. So we're looking forward to that. So I'll get on. Shall we start with Sunrise Special? Now, you're going to love this, right? Who does not use these clips, right? Who does not use these clips? Look at all of these. Look at all of these incredible. Look, they're little quilting clips. Now, you get hundreds of them. 100. You get 100 of them, look, for £20. I know. Now, how much should they be? Well, you're saving 60%. You're saving 60%. Right, now, they told me on no account must you pour them out of the box, right? You don't get that. This is how yours arrive, in 10 packets like that, right? But look, how brilliant is that? And the thing is, you're always losing them out. You always put them to one side. But how brilliant. And you're saving 60%. So you will get, when you get these home, you will get 10 packets like that, right? For your £20. So, no. Means they're £2 a pack. I was just looking at the screen then thinking, that can't be right. That means it's £2 for each of these. That's right, isn't it? You get 10 of these. Well, that's brilliant. Right, now I've got to put them back. So make sure you check out. Now, remember, if you're not a member of Club Inspire, please join as soon as you can, because you will get 20% off your first purchase. And if you spend over £20 on anyone, if you're a Club Inspire or not, you get 20. If you purchase over £20, it's free P&P. I know, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So, and now, I'll talk about it in a minute when we come into Liberty Fabrics, but aren't they fantastic? Right, now, I'm going to hurry along. I am going to hurry along because we've got so much to show you. I've got 4 hours of gorgeous. So remember, it's me, John Scott Sewing World, for 2 hours, and then Sarah joins me at 11 o'clock, and I can't tell you, she's got so many goodies. Let me just get this out, because I've got so much to tell you about. But before I do that, Liberty. We've got Liberty Summer Collection. Flower Show Summer, and it's gorgeous. Now, I've got 3 bundles. Now, you can find all these on the website because they're selling already. We put them on the website last night, and they are selling already. 3 different bundles, and you get 5 half-metre lengths in each bundle, right? But there's a discount. It's a launch. And if you buy one of the bundles, you get 10% off, right? That's the bundle price, right? Oh, it's fantastic. I'll go through them later. Guess what else we've got in today? We've got Aurifil. We've got Aurifil Red. We've got Aurifil, and this one's got it's called Mauve, that one, Mauve. And we've got Aurifil Milan Grey. They're all on the website. They are gorgeous. They're all 50 weight. And inside, I'm not supposed to open that. I'll just open one. Look. Oh, look. Aurifil threads, 100% cotton. It's Egyptian cotton, right? It's Egyptian cotton. And it's taken to Italy. And they create this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous thread. They're your grey ones. They're your Milan grey ones. But I will go through those later. I'm just supposed to be teasing them now. Doing a little tease. Now, what Sarah got when she comes in, I've got it all written down because she's got so much going on. So she's got the the John Scott Purple Gemini machine. We've got EPP. And what else has she got? Oh, Quilt As She Goes. I know. And at 11 o'clock, she's got a special. 11 o'clock, she's got a special. Right, now, let's go with bags to Becky. Right, so Becky Frost Alexander, these are the 2 bags that we will be demonstrating today. Let me show you this one. This is one we're going to do second. That's the Wesley tote bag that we're going to be doing second. But the one we're going to start with is this one, which is gorgeous, isn't it? It's a craft bag. Now, I've got the pattern for that. The pattern for that is here. The details are on the screen. And without further ado, we are going to go to Becky. Now, obviously, she won't be... Oh, look, split screen. Oh. Technology, it's fantastic, isn't it? She won't be making the whole bag. Obviously, she's going to be doing both bags in 1 hour. So I won't interrupt her unless she makes a mistake, of course. I'll interrupt her then. So now, I know loads of you waiting for lots of giggles. We'll have to wait for the big giggles when we're sitting here together, because it's a shame we're not sitting together, isn't it, Becky, really? But anyway, Becky, my love, you take it away.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Right. So I'm not going to make the full bag because it does take practically a day to make. So I'm going to show you how to make the front and move on to the bag closure on the top. So basically what I've done to start off with is cut out my fabric, and I've interfaced practically every piece. The only pieces you don't interface is the top closure part. And then I've fused foam, or you can use batting, or you can use quilter's wadding on the back. But what you've got to make sure is you do exactly what the instructions tell you to, and trim back the seam allowance. So basically there's no foam in that seam allowance, because when you sew it together, there will be a bit of bulk if you don't cut away the actual the fusible fleece or the foam and stuff like that. So I'm going to move on to the outer slip pocket. So I've actually done a bit of pre-work. I've sewn the two pieces together and then basically pressed them open and top stitched across the top. And now I'm just going to basically start putting the strap on using quilter's tape. And many of you will know that I use quilter's tape like it's your best friend. So, right, so you got your webbing strap and you go up 7 inches of quilter's tape, approximately. On both sides.
Becky, what is that quilter's tape? I've just got some here. I'm just going to get some to show you. But how do you use it? What exactly is it?
Right, it's like double-sided sticky tape, but it's ideal for sewing machines. So you can sew over it, and when you come to sewing with it, the needle doesn't gum up and doesn't go down into the actual mechanisms underneath. And also, if you use this on clothes or anything like that, once you've washed it, it disappears, basically. So you can't use it to like hem your trousers or anything like that unless you've sewn over it. So quilters use it for putting binding on. I use it all the time. This is my best friend, and you already know that.
Here it is. The graphics are on your screen. So anyway, so what have you just made? You've just made as a strap, have you, for the bag?
Yeah, I've just basically stuck the quilter's tape on the back of the strap.
Brilliant.
The webbing strap in. So on the actual outer bag bit, you're going to measure in at the bottom.
Right, okay, I'm giggling, everybody, because Becky puts a ruler down that has got all the numbers on it, and she goes 1, 2, 3, 4. She has to catch, even though they're all busy on the. So here you go, off we go. Let's do a bit of measuring then.
Right, so
don't start.
Right. So at the bottom you're going 4 3/4, and here we go, John. Sorry,
yeah, that's right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 3/4,
and 3/4.
And at the top you're going 3 1/2. You're going to get the first piece of the strap and lay it down. So I'm going to peel off that backing.
Right.
I've cut my nails.
Oh no. Have you not got a lovely assistant there to help you today?
Michael's behind the camera. The Ginger Ninja.
Ginger. Baffa's husband is gorgeous. He's lovely. He works in a bank. I know. He doesn't wear a suit or anything. Anyway. So carry on. So you just... Oh, I see you sticking...
Right, so
I wondered why you were doing it all the way along. Yeah, I
with.
see. Yeah.
Yeah, and so at the bottom, I've measured in 4 3/4, and at the top, it's 3.5 inches to this edge here.
Right.
And you just repeat the same on the other side,
Right.
making sure your strap doesn't get twisted. 1, 2, 3, 4,
4 3/4.
and 3/4.
If
It's because
if you go onto
John hasn't
YouTube,
explained
sorry,
why.
Becky, but if you go onto YouTube, there's a film of Becky and I when we were making a cork bag. Well, Becky was making the cork bag. I was just being a nuisance, right? And we completely and utterly lose it, giggling wise. It was Becky's fault, obviously, nothing to do with me.
It wasn't my fault.
Anyway, so many people, thousands and thousands of you watched it on, and people say they've saved it and they watch it when they're feeling a little bit down because it really boosts them up a bit. It's lovely. It was lovely because it was just such a natural moment. There was nothing put on, was there? We'd had some bad news that morning, and then literally we were just on giggly edge all day. Anyway, I'll let you carry on. So you've stuck the strap down onto the bag panel.
Yeah, I've stuck the strap down onto the bag panel. I do tell you on the actual instructions to measure down from the top 1.5 inches and draw a line, but I'm just going to go by eye.
Right.
And I'm just going to sew a rectangle up to the 1.5 inches.
Right.
So
have
got
you
a
got
stitch length.
Any special foot on or any special needle in your machine?
Right. So if you're using foam or fusible foam, I advise you to put your walking foot on if you've got a walking foot, or Teflon foot. I generally just keep my walking foot on all the time. And I've got a size 16 needle. I'm using polyester thread.
Right.
And I'm using a stitch length number 3 at this one.
And number 3? That's a 3 with an F for you at home.
Yeah, that's the one. You'll get used to me. Thread and number 3 is...
Number 3. Keep towing, girl. Keep sewing. You're doing a good job there.
Just... If people get stuck, they can happily message me, and there is sew along videos on YouTube, and they're both mentioned in the pattern anyway.
Brilliant.
In both patterns.
So Becky, if somebody's tuning in that don't know who you are, first of all, how very dare they? Where have you come from? How did you get into your bag making in the first place?
Right, so I've got an addiction of collecting bags. So I've been sewing for 29 years, and I realised that I could make bags, basically. So about 10 years ago, and I taught myself leather back 10 years ago, and then started building my way up.
And also, you sell your patterns all over the place, don't you? And you do demonstrations. Oh, we must also just say, for those people, we're only showing a tiny bit of it. If you go to Becky's YouTube, you can watch her do it from beginning to end. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll never be able to make that bag if Becky's only showing that bit, if you go to YouTube, there's a whole demonstration on how to make the bag from start to finish.
Yeah, and if they wanted to add me as a friend on Facebook or whatever, they can. And
don't. She'll be messaging you all the time if you add her as a friend on Facebook. Anyway, get on with the sewing.
Right, so I've sewn all the way up to 1.5 inches up to the top, and now I'm just going to get onto the slip pocket. So we need to find the centre bottom and centre top of the outer bag and mark.
I'm not laughing.
No, I'm keeping control.
So you basically folded the whole thing in half and marking where the centre is at both the top and the bottom.
I am, yeah. And I advise you to do it with the outside rather than if you fold it that way. Yeah. You won't get the true centre top and bottom.
Okay.
Right, so the next thing I've done is sewn together this outer slip pocket like I just explained and folded that in half. Yeah. And I've pressed it. So I've got my centre crease, and then we're just going to pop this on top on the centre of the outer panel and just pop some pins in. Okay. And
you're just using normal quilting pins, are you?
Yeah, I'm just using normal quilting pins. I like the longer pins rather than dressmaking pins. Yeah. I'm just going to sew over that crease mark that I've made.
All the
And
way
I'm gonna
down. All the way down.
All the way down, but I'm going to reverse about 2 times at the top. So basically, wear and tear, it won't come apart from the bag.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm only doing a few stitches.
Perfect.
And the next bit I advise you to do in the pattern is get the 2 outer parts.
Yeah.
We're going to match it up to the outer part of the actual outer bag body piece. And this is where your new wonder clips from your special comes in handy.
Oh, my sunrise special. Well done, Becky. Yeah. Well done. She's on the ball.
Actually, that's a really good price.
It's a brilliant price. What do you mean really good? It's a brilliant price. £2 a packet. It's fantastic.
I know.
So that matches the panel, the bluey green panel on the top matches the mustard panel underneath. It's exactly the same shape.
It does.
Yeah.
But it will leave some wobbly bits at the moment. So we're just going to sew down the 2 sides, and you're going to sew in the seam allowance.
Right. And how much is the seam allowance? How much is the seam allowance?
1 centimetre.
1 centimetre.
Or 3/8, depending on.
And you're just machining it to hold it. It's not a line of machining that you're going to see, is it?
No. It's as long as you stitch it within the seam allowance.
Yeah.
And you don't have to reverse because you'll be going back over that area anyway. So it's just to basically baste it into place.
Okay, perfect.
So the next thing you're going to do is, right, so where that centre sewn line is,
yeah,
you're going to measure right or left, depending on where you want to start. You're going to go in 1.5 inches.
Okay. How many? 1.5?
Yeah, 1.5.
Yeah.
And then you're going to make your first pleat.
Now, excuse me, all of this is described in the instructions, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then you're going to measure from that pleat about 3 to 4 inches, depending on how big you want the depth of the pocket.
Yeah.
I'm going 4. And basically pop a pin in.
So you're making like a box pleat, are you? With the
I am making
yeah,
a box
got it.
pleat.
Can see. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically do the same for the other side.
But you want to keep that fold away from the edge, don't you? Because you're going to be sewing down the side. You don't want to catch the pocket, do you, in the side?
No, you don't. No. I do actually do a trick on the actual YouTube video is where I pin it into the centre. So I move the actual pocket over a bit. Right, okay, and basically we're just going to baste stitch.
Oh, now, sorry, Becky, I just had to interrupt you a second. If you're having trouble on the website, it's being sorted at the moment. As we speak, it's being sorted. Very quick, I've got a nice message here from Margaret saying, don't forget, John, that Becky is also a superb artist. Her animal sketches are brilliant. And Rosemary says, Becky and John back together again, just like before. Great team. And then Pat says, lovely to see you both together again. Love the banter between you. Princess Maya says, Becky, great to see you back on my telly with John. And Maxine says, good morning. I've literally just taken up sewing and now I have a Gemini stitch. I'm loving it so much. I'll be watching the show back after work tonight. And Kirsty is loving my shirt. Thank you very much indeed. But bear with us on the website. They're onto it now. Just make a list of what you want. Write it down. Right. Okay. Carry on, Bex.
Right. So I've just based stitches across.
Yeah.
And then I recommend you to iron these. So you basically got your pleats in.
Right.
But I'm not going to do that because we've got short time. So I'm popping that to one side.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move to the drawstring top area. So you've got 3 pieces.
Right, just one sec, Bex. Just in case people don't know what you're talking about, let me show you on this one.
Yeah.
This is the bit that Becky's just done, the pocket across the side there with the box pleat in, right? Now, what she's doing is, you see here, this is the bit here that she's now going to be describing, because there's that lovely drawstring section so that your bag isn't open to the elements. It's all beautifully held up and all your bits and bobs are going to stay in the bag there, and it's going to stop prying hands getting into your bag if you get out shopping with it. Okay, so brilliant. So how do we do that little bit there then?
Right, so I've already started the process, but you've got a large piece in the centre,
Yeah.
and then you have to sew your 2 small pieces on. So I'm going to just show you how I sew the small piece on. You've got to remember, and this is important, you've got to remember to open up the seam. So press it open.
Oh, okay. And why is that?
If
Why
you
have you got
don't
to do
press
that?
Right, so when you feed the whatever you're making to go through the closure, so whether you've got a drawstring or whether you're going to make your own drawstring, you won't be able to feed it. It will get stopped.
Oh, of course.
Your bobbin will stop.
And again, it's 1 centimetre seam allowance you're saying down there, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And are you using the linen for that, the wash linen for that bit as well?
Yeah, I've used the linen inside as well as on the actual.
Okay.
It's thin enough basically to make it as.
Yeah. I'll show you the linens at home in a minute. I'll show you the choice of linens we've got. They're all available on the website. So you're pressing that open.
I'm pressing it open. Yeah.
Okay. Is that a wool mat you've got there?
It is, yeah.
We've got those
I've
coming
had to
in.
put it on the special board.
Yeah, we've got them coming in.
Have you? That's good. Advise they are really good, especially for quilting. Right, so you're going to press now this to find the centre. So you're going to press it in half to find the centre.
Yeah.
I've pre-done that. And then from the centre on the short side, you're going to measure up 3 quarters.
3/4 of an inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3/4 of an inch.
Brilliant.
And you've got to make sure your mark is at least 1 inch long. I will show you in a minute.
All right.
And then from the crease, you need to mark down 3/4 of an inch as well.
Yeah.
So if you can see. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, no, we can see that. We can see that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. Right. It's vital that you make the marks really long, because the next thing you're going to do in between those 2 marks, you're going to fold it in to the wrong side 1/4 of an inch.
Right.
So, and you can just finger press that.
And
then you're going to roll.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Pardon?
No, carry on. Sorry.
Then you're going to roll that 1/4 of an inch again into the wrong side.
Right.
And you're going to pin that into place.
Are you doing it the whole length of the side?
No, I'll show you. I'm going
Okay,
to bear with me.
Okay, now the website has been fixed. You can shop the show directly from that page. Thank you very much indeed.
Yay.
There you go. Watch and shop on Crafters TV. Right, okay, so what have you done? Let me have a look.
Right, so I've only pinned in and rolled that seam over within those 2 marks.
Oh, okay.
I've left that bit blank.
Mm-hmm.
Now, between those 2 marks, you're going to sew 1/8 of an inch away from the edge.
Right.
Make sure you reverse, because that is where the drawstring will come out.
Right. Okay, so if I just show you very quickly on mine, where Becky's stitching now is this edge, that little edge here. Perfect.
Right, so I've sewn that now. And then what we're going to do is pop this right sides together, matching up the 2 short sides.
Yeah.
And you'll notice you've got like a U shape, which is where the folds were.
Yeah.
We're going to clip all the way down to the first mark on the one side. So I'll show you. So you're going to clip down from this edge down to the first mark here.
Yeah.
where the clip is, and then you're going to do the same at the bottom. And then you're going to go to your sewing machine and then sew only between that mark there in the centre to that edge. And then you're going to do the same from that mark, the bottom mark, to the bottom edge.
Brilliant.
And you're going to leave that pleat in that folded bit not sewn.
Right, so it's an open, so you can put your finger through,
Yeah.
And you keep sewing. Anne Clay says, lovely to be able to actually watch Becky without being at school or work. Proud owners of many of Becky's original pieces, including 2 ice hockey bags and an entire baby bedroom set. Izzy is watching too. That's from Anne.
Oh.
Aww.
That's our ice hockey friends.
That's what?
Our ice hockey friends. Right, so now...
No, she's a big ice hockey fan. You don't play it, do you, Becky? You're a big fan.
Yeah, I am. Right, so I've sewn those together.
Yeah.
And you can see there's a hole in the middle.
Right.
We're just going to press that seam open.
Right. You need a bigger desk, Becky.
It's the kitchen table, this is.
Have you dressed your kitchen with all your sewing stuff for the morning?
No. We've got an open plan, so our dining room, kitchen, our living room are all in the same area, and then my office is in the corner.
Not that we're giving any of your secrets away.
Right, so I'm turning it the right side facing out and matching up the 2 long edges.
Yeah.
And what you will notice is that hole that we sewed together with the actual is now on the top.
Yeah. We're
going to give this just a quick press. If you've got a sleeve arm on your machine, I advise you to take it apart and use that, but I haven't actually got that on this machine.
No, you've got a flatbed, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
I sold that machine to Becky, just so you know.
You did,
do you remember?
Yeah. Right, so from the top edge, you're going to go down 1/2 inch.
Right.
And sew all the way around from the first hole section.
Brilliant. And how far in are you sewing, do you say?
1/2 inch.
1/2 inch. 1/2 inch.
And that's your channel for your drawstring.
Yeah. And did you just use cord for the drawstring?
I did. I used 3 millimetre or 4 millimetre cord.
Oh, yeah.
But you can make your own if you wanted to and make it 1/4 inch wide.
Oh, yes, of course. Or so if you've got one of those twisty things that Mandy Shaw's got, you can make your own coloured cord, couldn't you, to match in with your bag as well, yeah. Anyway, sorry, carry on. So
that's basically the top closure.
Okay.
And then what you would do is basically pop that inside the bag. So it would be what we would class the wrong way.
Yes.
And you would pop that inside the bag, clip all the way around. Did you want me to make the outer bag so people could see it close together, or have we got time to do that?
Yeah, go on. You've got time. Yeah, just show us very quickly, Becky. You can show us very quickly. We're only at 1/2 so you're all right.
All right. Okay. Cool. Right. So going back to the 2 outer bags, a bit miggled up here. So we're going to pop those right sides together. Key things to match up is the slip pockets.
Yeah.
So you don't want them looking a bit odd, and one at one height and the other at the other height. So I'm just matching up those.
Yeah.
So as you can see, they've matched up perfectly there.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll do the same on the other side.
Yeah. You've got to be careful that you don't catch this is why you've pressed your pleats, isn't it? So that your pleats don't go into your seam when you're stitching them.
I'm actually stroking mine downwards inside. So they're basically not in the area where you're going to sew.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to sew down those 2 parts
Okay.
there. So that's using 1 centimetre or 3/8 of an inch.
This is where you need your walking foot, isn't it? Because you're going through 2 layers of foam and your fabric and your pleat, aren't you? So you're going through quite a bit
And
there.
interfacing as well.
Oh, and you're interfacing, yeah.
Make sure you reverse your stitches.
Uh-huh. It's the slowest I've ever seen you sew that.
Because I'm further away. If I'm on top of the machine, I can sew quite fast. Do you know, John, I'm missing my industrial sewing machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where is it? Why? Oh, because it's in the warehouse. It's in your workshop, isn't it?
It's in my workshop at my parents'.
Yeah. And you haven't been going there, have you?
No, they're very vulnerable.
Yeah.
So,
how is your mum, by the way?
She's doing really well, thank you. She's got a mobile scooter now, so getting around.
Is she like that woman off Benidorm?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've done the straight and you've reversed both ends on those stitches.
I have reversed both ends.
Brilliant.
Now, I advise you to press that open or cut it down. I'm just going to trim it back. So I use my blunter scissors.
Your blunter scissors, not your sharper scissors.
No, with foam, I don't know if many people know this, but foam can blunt your scissors.
Can it?
Yeah, so you are advised to have 1 set of scissors for foam.
If you're going to do a lot of foam work, yeah, exactly. Can you use your paper scissors, or would they not be sharp enough?
My paper scissors are not sharp. Right, so we've trimmed those down.
Okay.
And then we're going to get the base, which are pre-prepped. You're going to fold it in half and find the centre top and centre bottom.
Yeah.
And
so you just make a little snip so you can see where it is rather than marking it, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm doing that within the seam allowance. And then we're going to fold it again in half the other way, matching up those 2 centres.
Okay. So you're literally finding the quarter points on the whole, the 2 halves down one side and 2 halves down the other side. So you're getting the 4 points.
I am.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pop your bag upside down. And then we're going to match up the 2 short ends.
Yeah.
Centres with the 2 side seams. And we're going to clip those.
Now, that base, has it got curved corners?
It has, yeah.
So people mustn't panic that they're trying to put a curved shape onto just a straight seam, should they?
No, they shouldn't. No, it will. The whole bag will eventually ease round to the actual. Because as you can see, it's already making the shape now as I'm putting that
clip in
that centre in. So I'm matching up all the centres of the outer bag to the base.
Brilliant.
And this is where all those clips come in handy because you will clip
right
loads
the way round.
Here. Yeah. So.
Perfect. Oh, it's going quite easily. It eases on quite easily, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And there is a trick when you come to sew it.
Yeah.
I just clip part of it.
Okay.
I'm using my crafters ones here, these purple ones.
Yeah. Oh, now look, a quarter of the stock of the patterns have gone already. I think what people have been doing is they're just sitting watching you eagle-eyed, and then they're all going to start checking out. Lots gone into baskets.
Right, so the thing you need to do is when you get it to your machine, you're going to smoosh the bag, squash the bag down.
Yeah.
To get it underneath. And we're going to use a stitch length of 2.4.
Oh, that's boring. 2.4, right?
and go all the way around.
Okay, so this is why you haven't put the foam in the seams, isn't it? Because you're not sewing through the foam, are you? Just sewing through the fabric?
I am sewing partly through the foam, but not as much
So
as
yeah,
what
sorry.
you would
So you're sewing the foam, but it's not in the seam allowance, as it were, because it'd be too thick and bulky, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And
you're just going to go all the way around on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, what I might do, Becky, while you're sewing that, I might just take people through the pattern and the linens again. Before I go, is there anything else you want to point out onto that bag? Because we'll move on to the Wesley tote bag when I come back.
No, we move on to the Wesley because there is a YouTube video that helps them along.
Okay, brilliant, fantastic. So while you're sewing that, I'm going to show everyone at home the fabrics that you've used. First of all, we have the pattern. Oh, hang on, now I've got to do it like this. The pattern. It's because I'm sitting down, you see. I have to do it like this. So there's your pattern. £10, $13 for those of you in America who are going to buy this. I have to tell you, they are so thorough. Becky's patterns and instructions are incredibly, incredibly thorough. And as she says, she tells you how to get in touch. If you've got any questions, she'll help you out with it. Now, what Becky's been using is she's been using this washed linen, which is gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to go through what all the colours are and everything like that, but I just want you to know they're all on the website. They're all on the website. I'll give you a quick glimpse. $6.99 for half a metre. Oh, Becky, how much do we need for the bag? Do you know?
It's on the pattern.
Oh, it's on the pattern. It's on the pattern. Okay, then. Right,
At
okay.
the front.
Oh, it's on the front. I'll have a look for you. So look, all these different colours. They're all available on the website. They're beautiful. It's lovely to work with as well, this wash linen, isn't it, Becky?
It is, yeah. I love it.
That colour. If you're a fan of Jules, she makes a lot of her dresses out of these. Look, oh, that gorgeous colour there. Laura would love a dress made out of these. This colour's nice. Chartreuse, I think that one's called. Anyway, beautiful, aren't they? Absolutely gorgeous. 100% washed linen. $6.99 for half a metre, or $9.99 for your half a metre. I know, isn't that beautiful? And then also the quilter's tape that we saw in that one is here. Now, I think there might be a mistake here, because every time I've seen quilter's tape in a shop, it's a lot more than that. So, yeah, so this is $6.99 for a roll. Buffer keeps the whole of this company keeps them in work, basically. He uses it because you put zips in using it. You use so much to do this, don't you, Buffer?
Yeah, I do. I get through a few rolls a week.
Yeah,
of that stuff.
Brilliant. Okay, so now we're going to move on to, the Wesley tote bag. Excuse me, which is really rather gorgeous, isn't it? So if you got some of the Tula last week, this is Tula's monkey wrench range, but if you've got the homemade range last week, it's beautiful, isn't it? So that's your Wesley tote bag there. And this is the pattern, another Becky Frost, Alexander Frost special. There you go. £10 or $13. Now, again, we've only got, less than 20 minutes, so Becky won't be able to do the whole pattern. Which bit are you going to show us on this one then, Becky?
Mainly the outer, but I want to show you how to work with PU and quilter's tape, especially making the strap.
Nice little tip.
The strap is because the strap is actually seen inside. So when you put something inside, you don't want a raw edge at the bottom. And if you completely fold it over, you're going over 6 layers. So I'm reducing the 6 layers with my method. So if you do my method, you won't have that bulk when you come to sew it onto the bag. So on the wrong side of the faux leather or the PU, I've put, because there's slightly a stretch to it, I've put interfacing on the back. And what I've done is found the centre line, which is 2 inches in the centre. And either side of that line, I'm going to run quilter's tape all the way along.
Right.
Because you can't use pins on PU.
Right. Do the holes not disappear then if you pin it? Excuse me.
There is a theory, and I have tested it. You can close the hole marginally, but you will be left with a hole.
Okay.
the way you close it is with a warm hairdryer, and then massage over that area with your finger and thumb.
A warm hairdryer. Is there such thing as a cold hairdryer then? Can you get a cold hairdryer? Oh, sorry. Oh, they're all screaming at me. You see, this is the first time I had long hair in years, you see, so I haven't had to use a hairdryer. So you can see why Becky uses so much of that quilter's tape. Have you seen how much she's using to kind of peel onto that there? Yeah.
I've put it on both sides of that marked line, and I'm going to peel one of those off.
Just one?
Just one at the moment.
Oh, now hang on. What we got on the screen at the moment? Oh, the tape. It's just the screen's far away, see, and I'm getting old. Can I just say that Jan is saying you both work so well together. First visit watching you online, and I'm very impressed. I'm hooked. Well, I should hope so too. Fantastic. And Nicola wants to know what sewing machine you're using. She's using the 720, Elna 720. Isn't that it, 720? 720.
720 Pro, yeah. But I have made both of these bags on the Elna for 220, which is the basic machine.
Yeah, perfect. So you don't need a semi-industrial like you've got to make the bags.
No.
The difference is, as well, with Becky's, it's a flatbed. She can't take off her toolbox to get a free arm. It's a flatbed machine, which I love, because if you're used to using an industrial sewing machine, they're brilliant, but you can't ever do a free arm. That's all. Right, okay.
To be fair, I've only got this machine because I actually use Sew Real Leather with it as well. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because
Becky does a lot of real leather work as well.
Right, so I'm folding those into the centre.
Okay.
And as you can see, it's sticking.
Yeah. Faux leather on the screen now. 0.5 metre. I'm intrigued, look. 11 colours of the PU to choose from. I'll take you through them. Once Becky's done this demonstration, I'll take you through them. It's fantastic to work with. You make lovely little biker jackets out of it. You make little mini skirts out of it. You can make bags out of it. It's a really, really versatile fabric, isn't it, Bex?
It is, yeah. So I've popped those two long sides into the wrong side into the centre.
Yeah.
Now, if normally you would close it so it's wrong side to wrong side, but this is my technique. So if you clasp the right side and you're going to fold it upon itself, so you've got where that centre mark was and where your raw edges are on top.
Right.
And you're going to match up the two short ends. So
you put right sides together then?
At the moment, yeah. We will actually turn it the right side facing out. And you do exactly the same with this one.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is just sew 1/4 inch away from the edge, and you're going to make sure you reverse your stitches at both ends.
Right.
And I'm using a stitch length number 3.
Yeah. Your favourite.
Yeah, my favourite.
Now, have you changed your needle, or are you still you're not using a leather needle, are you?
No, I'm using just a number size 16 needle.
Perfect.
I'm just going to chain stitch.
Okay, so you're just sewing within the seam allowance across the end, but reversing at both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. The pattern's back on screen, by the way, everyone. It's £10 or $13 for the Becky Alexander Frost Alexander exclusive.
And you can only buy it from you guys for the next 5 days.
Okay, so it's exclusive to us.
For the next 5 days.
For the next 5 days, there you go. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so I'm trimming off any thread.
Yeah, Fred. How is he?
Yeah. And then the end bit, you're going to basically trim back 1/8 of an inch away from the sewn line.
Right.
So.
Now, what scissors do you use for PU or faux leather then?
I use the same as my foam.
Right, okay.
So slightly blunt.
Yeah, they're not blunt. They're just not your sharp dressmaking scissors. Right, okay, sorry, go on.
Right, so you're left with like a U-shape end.
Yeah.
So you're going to get your finger up inside that U-shape.
Yeah.
And you're going to get your thumb and then just push it out.
Right.
And do the same for this one.
Oh, I see.
And then basically now you've got 2 neat ends at the end, and then we're going to just clip down the 2 sides to close it all together.
Right. You use a lot of our clips today, so it's worth having the 100 clips, isn't it? Sunrise
If it's
special.
bag making, you'll go through a lot.
Yeah.
And use a lot, especially with putting bases on.
Of course, yeah. Oh, yeah, we saw it earlier when we were putting that base on. You used lots of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so for those of you at home that can't see, Becky's just literally clipping along the edge. It's all right, we put a graphic in over your hands, Becky. That's why we could.
Right, so I've clipped all the way along that open end.
Yeah.
That open side. And then it's best to start at the top where the first short edge is.
Yeah.
And sew down the actual open side first.
Right.
And I'm moving over to a stitch length number 4 on my machine.
Right.
And try your hardest. Only reverse a few stitches on PU.
Right.
Because if you reverse too many stitches, you're piercing the faux leather too much.
Can you do a locking stitch work or not?
You can do, yeah. A locking stitch on a PU will make the hole a bit bigger though.
Oh yeah, of course it would, yeah. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is take away the strength of the PU, isn't it? Or make it like a serrated edge or anything. And what colour thread are you using?
Colour?
Yeah.
I'm just using white.
Yeah.
At the moment.
And it's polyester thread, is it you're using, yeah?
It is. Yeah, it's polyester thread. Don't know if I'm allowed to say the brand. Gutermann.
The what?
Gutermann. Do you sell Gutermann?
Yeah. Yeah, lots of it. All different colours on the website.
That's all right then.
Yeah, you say what you like, Becky. You normally do. Anyway, carry on stitching. What time is it? Oh, we're all right. We're all right. We're all right. I love this bag. This was one of the first ones you designed, wasn't it? This special.
It was. Yeah. Right. Sunny is getting some of these in. I'm going to use my bulky.
Who's Sunny? You keep mentioning this Sunny. Who's Sunny? I know. I talk about her all the time. She runs the place. She's just the best thing ever. Sunny is going to anything we want. Oh, that's the point. I've got to ask about some ribbon sets. Reminds me. So anything we want, Sunny orders it in for us. So Sunny will be ordering some of these in for us.
It's a bulky C-made. So at the moment, my foot is going off at an angle, and because it's going off at an angle, your stitches will jump. So if you pop this in behind what you're sewing, your foot will go straight, and then you won't get any jump stitches. So
some machines, my machine came with one of those. So check your box of because a lot of people will have bought a sewing machine and gone, oh, what's this used for? Mine actually came with one. So check that you don't go and buy one in case you've got one in you. Because when I got my machine, I opened it going, oh, I don't know what that is. I'll put it away. I don't know what that is. I'll put it away. And it'll just stay in the box now. So just check before you go and buy one of those. You might have one in your machine bundle. So you're just literally top stitching the other side of the strap.
I'm just top stitching the other side.
Brilliant. Right. How many? 15% of the stock of this has gone already. A lot of you waiting, I think, until you've seen the whole demonstration done before you check out. But make sure you do check out your basket.
And putting my bulky seam aid back in.
Right.
Because I'm just going over that short end bit.
Right.
And right, so I've sewn all the way around. So you've got one of your handles done.
Yeah. But the ends are finished, aren't they? The ends are completely neat and finished, and there's no turning over the end to do.
Perfectly neat now.
Brilliant.
So, and it's cutting away the bulk that you would have if you were actually folding it over several times.
Yeah.
Right, so move on to the main outer body.
Yeah.
We're going to sew the 2 pieces of the slip pocket together. So I'm using a centimetre seam allowance once again.
Okay, so now have you got a mixture of cotton and PU with yours?
Yeah, I've got the linen and PU. Yeah.
Oh, you're still using the linen. Brilliant. How fantastic. Oh, so if you make either of these bags, you can still use the linen for it then?
The linen is beautiful to work with, and I've never used linen before, so this was the first time I've actually used it.
Oh, wow. And it worked okay then? Yeah.
Yeah, when Sonny
Yeah.
asked, when Sonny asked if I could use it, I said, yeah, go ahead, I'll try it. And it's really, really good. I wasn't
Brilliant.
expecting it to be this good, but it is. And it makes the bags look really posh.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to basically give that a press open.
So you're making the equivalent of this pocket bit, are you, at the moment then?
Yes,
I am. Doing?
Yeah.
But you're doing yours out of the linen, whereas ours is obviously out of the Tula monkey wrench.
Yeah.
But if you bought, and there's still some Tula, a little bit of Tula left on the website. I've got some of the charm packs coming up later, but there's a smidge of the half meters still available on the website from last week. We had the most incredibly busy sellout show last week on the Tula.
Do you know the Liberty that you've got? You can make the pockets out of the Liberty.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, and have a feature pocket.
Yep. So you've pressed it over, and are you top stitching?
I pressed it. I'm top stitching along 1/8
brilliant.
of an inch away.
Yeah.
And I'm using a stitch length number 4.
Okay. Blimey, you don't have to change your stitches a lot.
I do. I'm attention.
Yeah. Just follow, when you get the pattern, it'll say all of this on the pattern. So just follow the stitch sizes that Becky advises. Also, if you know your machine, you know, some people might use a different stitch length if they know their machine, if you know your machine really well. But these are the ones that Becky advises you to use.
Right, so I've top stitched along the top.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to get the body piece.
Yeah.
And pop this on top of the body piece.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Is that dark blue you've got there?
Yeah, so it's
nice.
Dark blue and the tealy, the paler teal one that I'm using.
Just got a couple of minutes left, Becky, on this one now.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So what you will do is sew down the 2 short sides.
Yeah.
Within the seam allowance.
Martina's messaged in saying it's nice to be able to watch this live on Facebook. Thank you, Martina. Susie says, what do you do to stop it sticking to your needles? I'll come back to that in a minute. It's the first time I've watched Becky and I love her already, says Michaela. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? That's an Elna 720, that machine there. What do you use to stop it sticking to the needles? You mean the PU? Do you mean the PU, Susie? I don't know if she's talking about the PU on that one.
I think she's talking about the quilter's tape.
The quilter's tape, yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it does leave a gum on the actual needle. So if you have a baby wipe next to you or nail polish remover, and just on a bit of cotton wool, you can actually remove it from the actual needle. But don't worry, if it goes down to the bottom of the machine in the mechanisms, it won't harm the machine. That's the whole point of quilter's tape. Brilliant. It doesn't harm the machine at all.
Excellent.
Right, so I'm just finding the centre.
Yeah.
And we are just going to do exactly what we did before and top stitch down that crease.
Oh, it's got. Yes, it's got a seam down the middle. Yeah, brilliant.
You don't have to do that. It's just I designed this so I could carry quite a bit of shopping in it.
Yeah, but if you want to carry a folder or a book for school or class or anything, or sewing class or anything, then if you left it as a whole, it's a nice size pocket, that, isn't it?
It is a very nice size pocket. Okay, and I've just run out of bobbin thread.
Oh, don't worry, because we'll finish there. So basically, you've stitched the pocket onto the backing, and then is the base bit here? Is that a different piece again?
Yeah, that's PU.
Yeah.
That's PU, and then you just cut the pommy squares out on both sides.
Oh, because it's a box bottom, of course.
It's a box bottom.
Yeah.
And I explain everything in the videos, and all the links to my channels within the patterns.
Brilliant. Now, that wasn't so bad, was it? She was saying last night she was nervous. She did brilliantly,
I was
girl.
petrified.
Oh, you silly old thing. Baffa, thank you so much. Hopefully next time you'll be sitting right here or right over there next to me. We can have a good old giggle. So for the time being, thanks ever so much indeed, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care.
Okay,
right,
bye,
recap the park packets. Here we go. So this is the pattern for the bag. £10 or $13. It's lovely. This is the Wesley tote bag. Now you can make it out of, obviously use cottons for the top and then PU for the bottom, or linen for the top and PU for the bottom, or you can use cottons from the Tudor Pink or the Liberty coming up later on. Now the PUs we've got, we call the PU faux leather. It's called faux leather, I think, on the website. These are gorgeous to work with. Look at the colours. 11 colours. So I'm not going to list all the colours now. You can have a look for yourself when you get on the website. But you've got that like bronze. You've got black. You've got a lovely vanilla colour. Oh, this is nice. That's like an oxblood colour, that one. Can you see that one at home? Then you've got like a metallic silver. Then you've got another black, which the other black was matte. This is a more of a sheeny black. You've got a very, very soft green on that one. You've got a very dark navy blue. You've got a taupe biscuity colour there. And then another navy blue with a different finish on it, shinier finish on it. And then this is lovely. That's a soft, lovely soft gold, that one. Now, as I said, you can make bags, you can make jackets, you can make all sorts of those. You can even make yourself a pair of those Kylie gold hot pants if you wanted to. But we say, don't forget to use it to make the bag, or I don't know what I've done with the other one. Oh, it's down there. I've got it. You look at that close to on that one, because I just have to lean down because somebody wants to see the bag pattern from earlier. Okay, that's the other bag pattern there, which was the craft bag that Becky did earlier. Oh, right, nearly a third of the stock of those have gone. I knew that one would be popular because it's brilliant for your makeup and if you're going craft bagging, you can put all your scissors and your rulers and everything in there. The quilter's tape is here. Now, as I said earlier, I've seen this exact one for sale in the shops for a lot more money than that. $6.99 or $9.99. You do get, I'm just going to tell you how much you get in there. 10 metres, and it's 8 millimetres wide. Oh, no. Beautiful. $6.99. Oh, now I've also got three very quick waddings I just need to show you before I move on to my Liberty. Here we go. So I've got different waddings here. We've got this one here, which is the super soft cotton blend. So simple, 80-20. That's your 80-20 one there. Okay. I've also got this one, the bamboo, this one is, the bamboo mix. Now, bamboo's fantastic because it's very, very breathable bamboo. So that's your bamboo one there. $9.99 for your half a metre. And last but not least, we've got the 100% cotton one. Super soft. There you go. Right, now, I'm going to move on to the Orifils now because so many people have been asking about them. They're flying out, by the way. They're absolutely flying out. This is the first time I've had Orifil here. And we know how much you love Orifil. It's all 50 weight. Now, remember, with an Orifil, the smaller the number, the thicker the thread. So if you do a 12, that's for like hand quilting. The 80 is for hand applique and things like that. These are your ones that you're going to use all the time, and they are gorgeous. So let me just tell you, first of all, it's Egyptian cotton. They take the Egyptian cotton to Italy, and then they spin it into the most gorgeous fabric. Now you can use it for quilting, you can use it for piecing, you can use it for dressmaking. When I was training, we only ever used cotton thread because in those days polyester thread wasn't very good. Obviously technology has come on now and polyester thread is fantastic for using stretch fabrics, things like that. But if you're a traditionalist like me and you're sewing cotton and you want to sew cotton thread, then this is for you. So I'll start off with this one. Right, let me just put my glasses on. I've got Pompeii red to start with, if that's all right, Laura. You get all of this. You get all of these in the box, look. Oh, gorgeous. She's pulling her face. She's pulling her face at me now. 5002 2250 or 1103. The sun beats overhead as you slowly make your way through the ruins. Bright red stones stand out against shades of soft grey and white, telling silent stories of an ancient and tragic history. Pompeii stands as a remarkable tribute to a once vibrant city, looking out over the mighty Mount Vesuvius, whispering the strength of the Italian people. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? So they're gorgeous, aren't they? You get 3 of those. There's 1,000 metres. Is it 1,000 metres on this one? No, 1,300 metres. 1,300 metres on each of those. So that's your Pompeii red. Aren't they lovely? If you do like Mandy Shaw work, they'd be brilliant for sewing up your Mandy Shaw work. Just so you know, I didn't rip that box. It was already ripped when it arrived. Right, right. Then we've got Milan grey here. These are lovely, aren't they? 100% cotton, remember. These are so exquisite. Is that price right? Oh, that's a fantastic price. That is an amazing price for 3 spools, each with 1,300 metres on. So this one, your morning begins with a brisk walk through the city. Down a series of narrow cobbled streets, the noise of trams and weaving vespers giving way to the morning bustle. The streets are bursting with smartly dressed people, a bit like round here, that, soaking up the morning sun, sipping fresh coffee and reading the daily paper. The sweet smell of jasmine lingers in the air. A new day begins in Milan. I always think of fashion when I think of Milan. Beautiful, aren't those 3 colours? This one here is fantastic for your piecing. If you're going to do piecing, that one is amazing if you're going to do some piecing as well. Beautiful, beautiful there. Because it blends with all sorts of colours, blends with all the colours. And then last but not least, now we've got mauve on the box. It looks a kind of biscuity taupe, but it's called a Verona mauve. Now, far be it from me to say they're wrong, but I wouldn't call those mauve. That one's verging on mauve, that one there, isn't it? But they're lovely. Do you know who'd love these? My friend Jane Alcock, she'd love these colours. Again, they're 50 weight, 1,300 metres on each spool, 100% cotton. I know, all the way from Egypt, taken to Italy and created into the most fabulous, fabulous threads. People say that once you've sewn with Orifil, you won't want to sew with anything else because it's just that gorgeous a thread to use on. Now, I'll just put those away. We'll come back to those later. Right. Everything that we've got for the whole day is all on the website already. So if you want to come in. Now, remember, Sarah's joining me for this. I'll have a quick wave to Sarah there in her, what colour would you call that top? Chartreuse, lime. It's not a lime, is it?
It's like a nice, bright, happy colour.
It is. It's a lovely colour. It's a lovely colour.
Yeah.
So while I'm introducing you to all these Liberty fabrics, right? Sarah's going to be butting in like she normally does and chatting away and cutting out things with using the. Oh, now I have to tell you, the Gemini machine's already selling. We haven't even shown it yet. And we've just pop it up on the screen, right? Have we got a still or is it just the thing? Because, right? We put everything, before the show comes live, we put everything out on the website, right? The Liberty fabrics, especially the bundles, are absolutely flying out. They're going like hotcakes. We knew the word. Right, okay, so look. That is there. It's for the purple Gemini machine, right? It's just the most incredible price, right? You get the machine, which comes with the caddy at the side, and we've got the purple. Can you see it behind me there? Purple caddy. You know, we're always talking about the purple caddy, and there's not one here. Well, there's one here today. But it comes with free dyes and everything. It's just fantastic. You'll see Sarah using it later. Oh, she's got the purple one. Normally she uses the white one. Right. Go on, tell us what are you going to be making while I'm doing this? Is there anything in particular or are you just going to be playing?
Well, what I thought was, last week, tons of you, absolutely tons of you, got the Drunkard's Path and Winding Ways double set that we had on. So let's have a look. There's the Drunkard's Path and the Winding Ways. So I thought for everybody who got it last week, John, it might be nice to see a little bit more using it.
Oh, yes.
So I'm just going to be, I've got some of those lovely Liberty fabrics. And actually, if I run out, I might be coming and stealing a little bit more from you. So I thought I'd just sit and do a quilt block while you're talking everyone through the patterns.
Oh, no, that's absolutely fine. So now just explain this. So you buy one and you get one for free?
Yes. So can you see this one, there's 2 different die sets. And if I open this one, so the one I'm going to use first is the Drunkard's Path, okay?
Yeah.
So if we open it up, you'll see it opens and inside you get all of the instructions which walks you through all of the different blocks that you can do with the Drunkard's Path cuts. Then you've got all of the dies that you need for those shapes. So to do a very, very basic one, all right, let's have a look. I'm going to go and do the, I think I might do the, let's have a look, the curved corners. So I'll do a 12-inch block. So I need 4 large quarter circles and 4 large corners. So I've got my large quarter circle and I've got my large corner.
There's 3 things there. So you can do different sized blocks from that one piece, can't you?
Every one you can do either a 6-inch, an 8-inch or a 12-inch block. You've got the large, the medium and the small.
Yeah.
And it's exactly the same if you want to go and do the winding ways. And actually I've got a lovely project over here, John, using one of the smaller ones. It's not a one I've made, I might add, but I think it's fabulous. So can you see, there are your winding ways, and you can see it cuts the little semicircles. It cuts the big darted arrow here and then the 2 side panels, and you can do that in every size, because when this opens up you'll see there is an absolute ton of dies in here, John. Again, you get all the instructions and then all of the dies for every one of the 3 different sizes. So again, everything is going to work as a 6-inch, an 8-inch or a 12-inch
How
square.
brilliant. Okay, so now if you buy one of those, they're $59.99 normally, but today, the deal we're doing today is you pay $59.99, so you're paying for one and you get the other one completely for free. So if you've already got, you see now, what I was saying earlier is so many of my ladies who might not have watched before, have bought, over the last couple of weeks, have bought Gemini machines like they're going out of fashion. They are absolutely flying out. So the whole point, Sarah will explain all this later, is she's not here to sell machines. She's here because she wants to develop dies for you later. So basically, you buy the machine and then I don't know how often your development team do it, but every so often another one arrives and another one arrives and then a Drunkard's Pathway arrives then. It's just fantastic. So it's the dies that it's all for. But anyway, so what's going to happen is I'm going to get on with the Liberty now. So every now and then we'll pop. So when you're ready to show us how the Gemini works, just shout.
Yep.
And then I'll carry on with the Liberty, and then you just give me a shout when you're ready to show it going through. Because it's brilliant. It's so brilliant how it works. And if you know it's all about precision, don't you? Cutting quilting pieces is all about precision. It's just, I mean, even the best of you with a rotary cutter who've been doing it for years, the precision, and you can cut 8 layers of fabric at the same time. So anyway, let's get on, because I'm so excited about this. I've chosen this for you, right? I've chosen this for you. This is Flower Show Liberty Summer. Now, on my very, very first show here, we did a spring version, and remember, it sold out. Absolutely sold out. Sunny was on the phone trying to order more and everything. So today, this is the summer collection, and the colours are just exquisite. So let me tell you, every fabric that I'm going to show you here is on the website. You can buy it all by the half metre, right? Every single one of these you see, you can buy it by the half metre if you want to. But what we've done is we've done 3 little bundles for you. Each one has got 5 half meters of fabric of the fabrics I've shown you. Now, they will come cut like that. That's how you buy them. You buy them as half meter cut. If you say if it's Karen from Wigan wanting to make a new summer dress, right? Buy it by the half meter off the bolt, and if you want 3 meters, you get 3 meters. These are half meter cut pieces, but you get 5 in the middle. You can only get 10%. Oh, it hasn't got it on there. You get 10% off. You get 10% off on day 1, 10% off, £36. I know, or $53.95. So let's start. Well, let's start with this. I'm not going to tell you the numbers of the bundles because they're all listed on the website. You can go and choose which one you want. But this one is the first one that I'm going to show you here. So if I just lift each of them up like this, these are exquisite. They're traditional Liberty. Now, the thing that's brilliant about Liberty is they take them from the very old wooden blocks that they used to do back in the 1800s, 1900s, 1910, 1920, which is why you can get so many colours and so much precision within a Liberty print. So in this bundle, you get half a metre of this one. This is just exquisite. Look at that one. You get half a metre of that one. You get half a metre of Emily Silhouette in the bright, bright pink. Isn't that just glorious? Now, I need to warn you that the bundles were selling before we even came on air today. Yeah, Laura came through and said, oh, there's so many Liberty bundles gone. Now, look at that one. Now, you see, to me, that's what I'd call mauve. The overall feeling of that one is a mauve, isn't it? With a magenta and a pink on it. But anyway, and then this is so beautiful. These lovely kind of rose heads and everything with the little leaves and things. So that is one of the 3 bundles. I'll go through all of these fabrics for you during the hour so you can have a choose of which one you might want to buy a meterage of. But that one is one of the bundles available on the website right now, 10% off. Now, free P&P if you spend £20. or more. So that's straight away. Now, also, have you joined Club Inspire yet? Because it is brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. It's like, you know when you go to the supermarket, you get your points, right? So for every £1 you pay at Crafters, and it's not just what's on my show, it's the whole website, all of Joe's shows, all of Sarah's shows, everything, right? It's including everything like that. And the more points you get, you can start off as a pearl, a bronze, a silver, a gold, a platinum. The perks you get when you start getting up that ladder of points are just incredible. Look at it, it's all on the website. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. It's not one of those clubs. You know, some channels have a club that you have to pay to be in. None of that. None of that. It's just like a reward. Thank you. It's a thank you, a way of saying thank you for shopping with us, and do come back and get some more. But the deals you get with Club Inspire. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is if you've not joined Club Inspire, or you joined it and not used it, you get 20% off your first purchase, right? That means if you're coming in for the Gemini later, it's already got money knocked off it, lots of money knocked off it, right? You get that as well as your 20% off on your first purchase, right? The other thing I've got to tell you about, which Sarah wasn't very happy about last week, I have to say, there's also a code called John20. Now, you can only use it once. Obviously, if you used it last week, you can't use it again. But if you've already, you can't use it as well as, it's basically, if you're already a member of Club Inspire and you're thinking, oh, I hate that when the new people get 20% off and I don't. It's a 20% off. You can only use it once, though. Don't be thinking, oh, I used it last week. So if you've not used that yet and you're already a Club Inspire member, so you get 20% off. I'd get them all in one big bundle, you know, like some Liberty fabrics, some Orifil threads, maybe a machine or a dye or something like that. Check out, you get 20% off. I know. John20. Right, okay, so that's the first bundle. I've shown you there. Excuse me. Right, look at this. Now, that one's very pink based, isn't it? This one's got pinks in it, but it's more of the green, the fresh green colours in here. But again, look at these. Aren't they just beautiful? So you get half a metre of that one. You get half a metre of that one. These are all, you get all 5 half metre. Look at this one. Now, you see, I think this one will be very, very popular by the metre, because I think, imagine the gorgeous summer outfits you could make out of that. Imagine. We're going to have a lovely summer, aren't we? Then, look. Now, that print on the website, the print looks bigger than that, but isn't that gorgeous? It's lovely and delicate. All like kind of countryside, meadowy kind of flowers there. All 100% cotton, obviously. Oh, now the other thing I need to tell you, the other thing that's very important to know, this isn't lawn. This is quilting weight, dressmaking, craft weight fabric. It's not, because Liberty are known for their Tana lawns, aren't they? This is quilting weight cotton. And then look at this beautiful one. Now, I don't know if you'll see that. That is on that fabric. They're the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little flowers. If you go to the website, you can see a better close-up of it than that. I haven't got Matt Cam with me today. We'll try and come in as close as we can with it. I've not got Matt Cam today, so I can't do it. There you go. I'll show you. There you go. Thank you, Daniel. Isn't that beautiful? It's so delicate. So this is the next bundle. So you get half a metre of that one, half a metre of that one, half a metre of that one's exquisite, half a metre of that one, half a metre of the pink flowers, and half a metre of the little sprigs of flowers there. So that one there is your next bundle. So we've gone pink, we've gone greeny. Now this last bundle is a bit bluey. So I like this one. I like this one. It'd be interesting to see which one I mind you, I like the pink one as well. I think the pink one's beautiful as well. Right, look. So we've got daisies. We've got lovely little flowers on this one. I think the colours are vivacious, aren't they? Vivacious colours. So you get half a metre of that one. Now look at this one. Now, when they did spring, they did this one in like a cornflower blue. And I don't know if you'll watch me making the scrub hats on my website. I used the blue version of this to make my first scrub hat with. It's beautiful. It's more of a tealy green, that one. Then, now, I need to warn you, when we did the spring version, this fabric sold out on its own instantly. Absolutely instantly. I'll show you them all closer in a second, but I just want you to see what you get in each bundle. I love the blue background on that one. It's so rich, isn't it? And then this is Cosmos. This is lovely. That's a traditional Liberty print. When I did the costumes for Seven Brides for Seven Brothers on the national tour and then went to, on an international tour, all the dresses were made of Liberty fabrics like this. And this one was one of the most popular ones when we came to make those dresses. And then we've got Emily Silhouette in the blue this time. Look. How gorgeous is that? So you're getting 10% off. You're getting 10% off if you buy those. So, but they are bundles where you've got 5 half meters of fabric. Aren't they lovely? Oof, hang on. There it is. So which one are you going to go for? You're going to go for the blue one? Are you going to go for the pink one? Are you going to go for the greedy one? Are you going to go for all 3? I'd go for all 3 myself. Then you've got half meter. You've got the whole range then. You've got half a meter of the whole range and you're getting 10% off. Right, let's do individuals then. So let me just move that one over here. Remember, it's $7.99 for half a meter. I'll just pop that there and that there. Now, this is when, obviously in the bundles, you only get half a meter of each of them. But say you've got a project, say you want to make a quilt, say you want to make a dress, say you want to make cushions or cushion backs or something. This is when you get your half, buy the half meter, but you can buy up to as much as you want, really, as much as you want. This one's called Mamie. Oh, look, it's so traditional. Oh, so look at the colours. Look at those gorgeous colours. Do you know what? In this day and age, oh, excuse me, at the moment, right, we've got so much sadness around us. We've got so much kind of bad news around, haven't we? Isn't that just uplifting? And sewing is all about mindfulness and taking us to that special place and everything like that. And then once you've made something, because it's going to be a joy to work with, imagine the gift. If you've made a gift out of that, how beautiful, how stunning that's going to be. What would you make out of it? I think that'd be lovely as a dress myself, personally. Or black. You know what? I've never made a Liberty shirt. Maybe I should start making some shirts myself using the Liberty print. So they're all on the website. These are all listed on the website. So you can pop along and have a look at any of them and order it that way, as a lot of you have been. Now, I don't remember this one. This one's called Hide Floral. And it's lovely. This has got very, very contemporary feel to it, hasn't it? Even though it will be taken from a period pattern, a period print that they've used in the past. $7.99 for half a meter or $11.99. Oh, I think, right, hang on a sec. Maybe not. Maybe, I did that once. I held a fabric up like that and someone went, oh, with your skin tones, you would just wear that colour. I know. I like honesty, though, but it's just the way you say it, isn't it? That is gorgeous. I'll let Daniel show you that close too again. Oh, I think the print in that is just adorable. Look how many pinks are in there. I mean, the more colours you have in a fabric print, the more it costs normally. Right, this next one, Emily Silhouette. This is one of their regulars. They use Emily Silhouette so often, and just each season they bring it out in a different colour. When it first started, it was like in a lemon and a lilac and a pale blue. This is so vibrant. What colour would you call that? Oh, that's funny. I was going to say magenta. I mean, look. Oh, do you know what? That would be lovely in a bedroom. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking like maybe a set to put on your dressing table or, you know, kind of something lovely in your bedroom. That colour. Also, I know I was just talking about summer. This, if you're a lady of a certain age or a gentleman of a certain age, when your hair's starting to go silver and our skin, we lose a bit of our skin tone, don't we, colour-wise, right? If you wear something, this kind of colour in the winter, against your skin like that, so you make a blouse out of it or a scarf out of it or a wrap out of it or something like that, the colour reflects, the winter sun reflects the colour onto your face, giving you a rosy glow. It's a proven fact that it's used in fashion an awful lot for the shops that do tend to sell to the ladies of a certain age, of which I'm one now. Well, no, I'm not a lady, obviously, but of a certain age. I know. $7.99 for half a metre. I just think it's exquisite. And imagine that. Can you imagine that in your bedroom? If you made cushions or pillows or something like that, pillowcases out of it, and the sun's just shining in, the glow, that lovely pink. Oh, it's going to be so uplifting. And pink's such an uplifting colour, isn't it? Now, this one's got more lilacs in it and lavenders in it. Cool. Sorry, I'm just having a quick look. $7.99 for half a metre, 100% cotton. 44 inches wide. It is machine washable, remember. That's lovely. So close to, it's gorgeous. But then if you look at it from a distance, it's got like a kind of repeat pattern on it as well, which is going to look lovely if you're making a dress, or palazzo pants. Some summer palazzo pants would be, look, see what I mean? Look at the repeat pattern on that one there. $7.99, $11.99 for half a metre. Oh, love, love, love. Now, this one. When I was younger, I'd gone, oh, that's a bit granny fabric, that one. But now I'm old enough to be a granny. I love it. I love it. Look, I'd want pyjamas made out of this. Do you imagine a lovely pair of pyjamas? Or like a cami top, not for me, obviously, a cami top and lounging pants for hanging around the house in Sunday morning when you're having your brunch on a Sunday morning. It's lovely, isn't it? I love the size of those roses as well. They're slightly bigger than some of the other flowers, aren't they, on the patterns? Gorgeous. Aren't they lovely? Aren't they just fantastic? Are you going to do anything, or are you just going to sit there watching me waft fabric?
I'm loving sitting watching you.
Good. Well,
waft
you enjoy
fabric.
yourself. You work too hard.
And
anyway.
I'm picturing you in those pyjamas. And do you know, I've never made pyjama bottoms, but they look quite easy. I feel like they would be at my skill level. I feel like I can totally nail that. So I think I might take that fabric home tonight.
You might need a little bit more than half a metre to make some trousers with.
Well, we could patch it. We could have that at the front, something else at the back.
Exactly. Right, very quickly, the bundles are here. So that's one of the bundles there. That's the pinky bundle to show you. That's the one I've just wafted, actually. Oh, and that's the favourite. That's the favourite one. The pink one is the favourite one.
The pyjama bottoms.
There you go. Now they're lovely, aren't they? £36, you are saving 10% on that. So if you were to buy them all individually, half metre of each, you'd pay 10% more. So take advantage. That's the most popular one, the pink one. Then we've got the next one, the bluey one. That's lovely. Now that fabric at the top, I'm coming to that one in a second. I'm doing the bluey one next, I'll show you. That's the pattern that sold out on my very first show. That sold out the quickest. It's the most exquisite fabric. One of the flowers, we couldn't quite decide what the flower is, but you can tell us in a second what you think it is. You can message in. But aren't they lovely, those blues? So again, £36, $53.95. You're saving 10% on that. Brand new today. It's a launch today. And 10% off. And then the greeny one, the fresh spring-like, well, the summer one. Look, aren't they lovely? Now, as I say, you see the top left-hand one, the print isn't that big. That's the tiny print. They've just sent us, we've taken these pictures from Liberty. They've sent us a closer upper of that one there. But aren't they lovely? £36. You get all 5. You get half a metre of each, right? And you get 5 of them. I'll go through the blue bundle in a minute, but I just want to see what Sarah's been up to while I've been chattering away.
Oh, I've just been planning. That's all I've been doing is just planning, John. But I've been working out. So I'm going to do the drunkard's path. Yes. So I'm going to do the drunkard's. It is the drunkard's path I want to do, isn't it? Yes. I'm going to do the winding ways later in the show. So I'm going to do the drunkard's path. They're all new to me, these funny names, John. I mean, I was looking at that thinking, I just think that looks like a pretty flower.
Well, it's a daisy, isn't it? It looks like a daisy.
Not a drunk person. But anyway, I'm learning these, right? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a little bit of that fabric and I wanted to show you, you can be really, as you said, John, it's about accuracy. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure that we've got the accuracy, but we're not wasting any fabric, because obviously fabrics are gorgeous. So remember where I got up to. I said that I was going to, so if we're going to do something like this sort of layout here, for a 12-inch block, you need 4 large quarter circles and 4 large corners. So I've got out the large quarter circle, which was this one here, and the large corner. As long as you use the two together, the two sizes together, it's going to work, okay? So I'm just going with the nice big one so that the camera can easily pick it up and see, John. Now, when I've got like a strip of fabric, I think this was left over from something else. So what I'm trying to do is make it so that we've kind of got the most efficient yield out of the fabric. So I'm just folding this over. And I was thinking, first of all, right, I'm just going to cut my wider corners from this. So that'll be perfect. But then I thought, you know what? I could probably adjust it a little bit so that I can get both of these onto here and just leave a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold this back over on itself. You can cut 8 layers of fabric, but I only need 4 for the project. So I'm just going to fold it back on itself 4 times, and I'm going to make it so that we can fit both of those dies. And now what you do want to be careful with is don't have your dies overlapping each other. So actually what I'm going to do, John, I'm going to be really sensible and I'm going to put them through one at a time, all right? And it only takes It only takes about 16 seconds to go through the machine.
Perfect.
So it really doesn't, you know, it's worth taking your time over a little bit. So this is the blue one that I'm using. You can see that you've got like the cutting edge on one side, that goes face down through the fabric. So I like to, my little top tips here, I like to put this right on the very, very edge of my fabric, but make sure, you know, where I've got this folded, because accuracy is the key, what you don't want to be doing is cutting too near the edge and kind of cutting that off. And I like to hold it in place with a little bit of tape through, and I like to tape the dye to the fabric, to the metal sheet, so that it won't move as it goes through the machine.
That's available on our website, isn't it, that tape?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
but to be honest, any sort of low-tack tape.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't have to specifically be this one, any one you've got at home. Now, I like the idea, and I think the first week, 2 weeks ago, John, we had on the very, very first builder block with the wedding rings.
Yes.
And as you were saying, loads of people like the idea of doing those wedding ring quilts. However, you get one of them curves, a fraction, like a 16th of an inch out, whole panel's ruined. Whereas this, can you see, has cut me those 4 pieces literally to perfection, and has also cut me the exact amount of seam allowance. So you'll see that when I do the next one. So you see I can take this next one and that'll cut into there as well, but I don't need the blue one at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll just leave this one to one side and use that for another bit of my project. This will be totally normal, by the way. You'll end up with a lot of your metal sheet will look like a roadmap of Great Britain by the time you finish with it. But
So
it
was
won't
that a
affect
brand
the
new
use.
one you just started with then? That's
Yes.
That's the first indent.
That's
so
the
from
first indentation.
So don't panic if you've
No,
got this home.
turn it over.
Yeah.
Trying to, every time you do it, I'm terrible for remembering, John. Every time you do it, turn it over. And then if you keep turning and rotating, same with your top plate,
Yeah.
turn and rotate, what they will do is they will wear out at the same sort of pace. I've got a cracking tip for you though. So when you've used your plates a lot, if you forget to turn and rotate them like I do, they'll look like bananas by the end of it, which they still work in exactly the same way, but they're not as easy to use. All you do is, in the sink, put your plug in the sink, boil the kettle. I put my plates in the sink, pour the kettle with the boiling water on and put like a brick or something really heavy over the top. Leave it for about half an hour for the water to cool down. Then take your plates out. You'll notice it'll have flattened out quite well. I put mine under the chopping board at home and stick the Gemini on the top, and I leave it overnight. And whereas your plates, you can see there, that one's starting to get a little bit of a curve on it. As soon as they've got a bit of a curve on it, it takes away all these little indentations and it smooths them back out again.
Is there anything you can do to the metal one?
The metal one there, well, what you'll find is when it's got a couple of cuts on here, it looks obvious. Yeah. By the time, I'm trying to see if I've got one down here that I've used a load. No, of course I haven't, sod's law. By the time you've used it a lot and you just keep moving where you use your cut, it just, they happen all over and it just ends up evening itself out in the end.
But you can't, they all come with the Gemini.
They all come with the Gemini, and we've always got loads of spares on the website.
I was going to say,
if you want to buy extras.
Exactly, you can get them.
Now look at this. Can you see there now? I've got this size, and then these ones here, which look at the moment like they will not match at all. However, as I come to start and stitch them together, you'll see they will match perfectly. And my great tip for this is, so I just like to fold this in half and give this a nice finger press in the centre. And then do exactly the same with this end. So we just fold these over in half, find the centre point here. And then I'm going to line up those 2 finger press pieces and I'm going to glue them together. Now I know this kind of in a way feels like a bit of a cheat. We're going to stitch them as well, but it's much easier to glue them together and then stitch over your glue. And this is the specialist glue where you can do that, by the way. Look at this, is the Stix 2 fabric glue pen that we have on the website.
Oh, we've got it coming up in the show later.
We have indeed. And so can you see, if I stick in the centre and then at the sides, and then just connect them all together around here, it saves you having to do all of this pinning. And you can see I've got those perfectly lined up. And then that is what I'm going to take I'm going to take it over to the machine and I'm just going to do some stitching, and you'll see it all stitching together perfectly. And you see, so I can see here, I haven't quite got them lined up, John. All you do is you can just pull them apart. This is what I love about this glue pen. Get it perfectly lined up, and then restitch it. I just wish I could do this with more of my sewing than just the curves. Shall I be really honest? So at the weekend, the mother-in-law asked me, I'm just going to turn my foot pedal over. The mother-in-law asked me if I could do her, she's got like a new bench for in the garden, and she ordered some oilcloth. Could I stitch together this new covering? Well, I tell you what, it was definitely beyond my usual capabilities. It seemed easy to start with, so I've been having a right faff on with the oilcloth and the stitching and whatnot. And it got to the end of it whereby I just wanted to get the glue out and stick it together before I could go and stitch it.
Because also you can't pin. If you pin oilcloth as well, it kind of makes holes in the fabric and things like that, doesn't it?
You know I don't like pins, John.
No, exactly.
No, I had my quilting clips. I had the whole thing quilting clipped together, and then I was stitching from there. I've brought it in today. You can see how I'm getting on. I'll show you at the end of the show. I brought it for some help putting the sides in. Right.
So anyway, I'll just show you this. This is the glue pen that we were talking about. So I was just talking about. We've got it here. Details at the bottom of your screen. So you get a pen, and you get the refill as well. You get the refill as well.
Right, let's have a little look, John. I'm just ironing this down flat now. And what you'll see is that is now absolutely perfect. And you see how those two have connected together spot on, even though that's a curve. So I'm going to continue on. You've seen me do one of them now. I'm going to continue and make 4 of them and put them together in my block.
Can I just say, a lot of people are frightened by when they see 2 fabrics like that. If you buy any fabrics for this collection and put them together, they're going to work. They're going to work. So Sarah put 2 completely different florals together, and how beautiful do they look? We're going to have a look at it later when it's all put together. But let's go on with the next lot of now. You're just using one of these, I think, the blue. Let's do that first. We had the Emily silhouette here, the blue one. All of these are. We'll do the bundle first. The bundle is here, so you get half a metre of each of these. So you get half a metre of your blue Emily silhouette. You get half a metre of the beautiful floral on white there. You get half a metre of your bouquet on like a tealy green. This one, I haven't shown you this one individually yet, but I bet you any money this one's going to sell out in a minute when we do that by the half metre. And then we've got Cosmos. Half the stock of this one's gone already. Half the stock of this bundle has gone already. And I mean, well, we've only been showing it for like 20 minutes. I know. So now let me do each of these individually. Actually, let's do the Emily silhouette in blue individually. All of these are available on the website, $7.99 for half a metre. There. Now you saw the Emily silhouette in the magenta earlier. This is a lovely, strong, like marine blue, isn't it? With the kind of cornflower blue and the forget-me-not blue in the flowers there. They're all $7.99 for half a metre. But of course, you know, you can buy as much as you want. You can buy as much as you want of these, and it'll come in one piece. It doesn't come cut up into the half metre. Lots of people get confused when we say buy the half metre. Right, then, let's go to this one next then. There we go. Look, that's like primulas. They're like primulas, aren't they? Primroses and primulas on that one. It's very fresh. It's got a white background. And then the flowers really, really just stand out so well, don't they, on that fabric? Beautiful. Now, remember, it is quilting weight. It is not Tana lawn, which is feels like a lightweight silk. This is a lovely, good quality, 100% cotton. Right, quilting weight cotton. Tana lawn is like a very, very fine, floaty. Like I say, it feels like a silk. It's very, very, and that is what Liberty are known for, really, their Tana lawns. The quilting weight fabric, now we call it quilting weight, but it's dressmaking weight, it's shirt weight, it's craft weight. It's a heavier weight fabric, but if you were to make a quilt, so if you were to patch a quilt with Tana lawn, it would be very, very, very delicate. This is a much sturdier, heavier GSM and everything, and just a really, really beautiful fabric to use. It's like all of your, you know, any like the Tula Pinks from last week, or any of your designer. It's that weight. You can make a skirt out. You make a shirt out of it. You can make all sorts of it, and you can quilt really, really beautifully with it. Now we've got this one here. Now I called it Rosebud, but it's actually called Abbey Wood. I know Rosebud. I called it Bouquet. Sorry. It's look. Isn't that lovely? The colour is just beautiful, isn't it? I want to say it's tealy, but maybe it's more, oh, I don't want to say turquoise, but it's like a green and blue mix, that one. $7.99. What are you calling it? Seafoam? No, I'm not having that. How many times have you got in the sea with it looking like that, Laura? No, I was going to say, definitely not in Blackpool. Anyway, beautiful. Nothing wrong with Blackpool. Not saying there's anything wrong with Blackpool. I'm just saying, I remember when I did a film called Being Human, we filmed in Blackpool, and it was before they had their big tidy up, and we'd be on the beach, and the sea would be coming, it was brown. Right, here we go. Warning, warning, warning. This is the pattern that completely sold out within minutes last time we brought you the Liberty Spring, right? This is just beautiful. Now, can you tell me what these flowers are? I'm sure I've got the right word. There you go. Somebody messaged in, told me, and I'd never heard of them. There's like, the pink ones are like, not hollyhocks, what's the other things like hollyhock? Foxglove. The pink ones look like a foxglove, don't they? But what's the blue ones? I'm not quite sure what the blue ones are. And then you've got winter roses in there as well. Isn't it just gorgeous? I love this print. I think the print, from a distance as well, look at the lovely shapes it makes on the fabric. And then close to, you've got so much detailing all about each of the flowers and the stamens within the flowers and the leaves and the stalks. Do you know what? We're doing EPP later. Wouldn't that be gorgeous if you cut out different sections of that for EPP? And you fussy cut it so that you had the same flower in the centre of each hexie or the centre of each diamond or each honeycomb and things like that. I just think it's glorious. $7.99 for half a metre. Oh yeah, there's a rush on that one. Be careful if you want that one. Now we've got Cosmos, which is one of Liberty's most famous prints here. It looks to me like they've actually made it bigger, because I don't remember Cosmos Bloom being this big, but a lady in my village, she grows cosmoses and gives them all to us in the village. We've all got cosmoses in our garden. Look at the colours, look how vibrant that is. And the size of the print is lovely. Really, really lovely, isn't it? $7.99 for your half a metre. 100% cotton, machine washable, 44 inches wide. Love it. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I've got gorgeous coming into my ear here from the gallery. They're loving that one. I just think it's exquisite, isn't it? The amount of things you can make with it. Because if you think you could do patchwork with it to make your cushions, you could do lovely little... in fact, I think Sarah might be showing us one later on, or we've got a die for it in Sarah's show, where you can make like a little tub for your dressing table. Or do you remember last week we had the one with the zip in, like a little vanity case? Wouldn't that look gorgeous in that? I'll show you. When we come to it, I'll get that out again and show you. Beautiful. Okay, so that's that one. Now, the last bundle is this one here, the greeny bundle, which is this bundle here. So you get 5 half meters of fabric. Oh, look at those together. So this is a bundle, this one. This is the whole bundle. You get half a meter of each of these. 10% off. This one on the web is called number 2, this one. Oh, no, it's not. It's number 1. If they're in the wrong order on the website, they go 2, 1, 3 on the website. I think that's what it is. But anyway, they're beautiful, the fresh green one. You just choose, you just click on the one on the website of the one that you like the picture of that you want to buy. I know. I wonder if anybody's bought all 3 bundles. I wouldn't be at all surprised, because whenever a new range of fabric like this comes out, lots of people just want half a metre of everything. And I wouldn't be at all surprised. Right, let's do those individually then. So we'll start off with this one. Now, on the picture on the website, this one does look a little bit bigger than this print. Let me just see what this one's called. Suffolk Fields, this one's called. There you go. So from a distance there, it looks very, very... I mean, it is a tiny, tiny print. It's very, very subtle and everything, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? $7.99 for half a metre. You've got the tiniest little, like, flowers on there. All beautiful. Now, imagine when that was first made. I'd say it was a 1940s one, this one. Imagine they'd have done it from a wood block. Somebody would have had to carve each of those colours out of the wood block so you could do the wood block and get the precision and the gorgeous colours and detail within there. $7.99 for half a metre. It is beautiful. You've got pink, you've got red, yellow, green, like a lavender sort of colour in there as well. It's lovely, isn't it? Okay, so that's that one. You see, that would be lovely for children if you make a little girl's dress, little girl's summer dress. Because the print's not too big, that'd be really, really lovely. Or you're making a child's quilt, you know, newborn quilt or something. Right, this, I love this one. This one's called Yorkshire Meadow. And that's exactly, well, I don't know about the colours, but the flowers on there, they look like that cow parsley. What's that called? Yardley. Looks like the yardley. Oh, yarrow, not yardley, yarrow. And then you've got all your different colours going on there. That is exquisite, isn't it? Really, really beautiful. It's difficult to know which one your favourite is, isn't it, really? I know we shouldn't have favourites, but we're bound to. I think that's lovely. That would make a lovely shirt as well for if you're making a shirt for your husband or a blouse for yourself, something like that. Really, really exquisitely beautiful. Okay, now this one. This is the one I think Karen from Wigan will come in and get this one. This one's called Malvern. Oh, it's a different meadow. This is the Malvern meadow, this one. They obviously have bigger flowers in Malvern than they do in Suffolk. How brilliant that. Oh, look at that. Look at that when it fills your screen. That's joyous, isn't it? You've got your Michaelmas daisies in there. You've got your lovely pink flowers and your blue daisies. I think some of them might be made up flowers myself. Isn't it just glorious? Just seeing if there's a, oh no, well, there's a sort of repeat. You can sort of see a repeat, but it's very random, isn't it? Completely gorgeous. Love that one. Love the colours in that one. Right, now this pink one, this one is called Chatsworth, I seem to remember. Hang on a sec. Chatsworth Blossom, this one. Now again, it's a bit like an Emily silhouette, but it's got more colours in it, first of all. I like an all-over print. Now I'm thinking backs of cushions myself for that one. You have a fancy, when you have a lovely back on a cushion like that, you can use, you know, flip the cushions over both ways, have a different colourway each week, couldn't you? Absolutely glorious. Those flowers. And again, the wood print, imagine the wood print, you've got the little black outline on all of those flowers. That, as a printing technique, that costs an awful lot of money. And yet £7.99 for Liberty. Gorgeous Liberty prints. They're always very, very popular, these. And then last but not least, we have this one here, which is the Forget Me Not Blossom. It's not blue, obviously. It's in the lavender version. Lovely, isn't it? Which one are you loving the most? Which one are you coming in for? Remember to check out your basket, though. Do check out your baskets. It's not yours until you've checked out, remember? Okay, so 3 bundles, just to remind you of them. Here's one. That's your, oh look, aren't they just beautiful? 60% of that bundle has gone already. And you know, people watch on catch up all the way. They can't always be here. Especially now, a lot of you have gone back to work, you see, and a lot of you doing, are able to go out more and everything. So 60% of that one's gone. Then we've got this one. Oh, I love that one. 3/4 of the pinky one is gone. Love that. Absolutely. You've got the Emily silhouette in there. And then you've got that lovely, the rosebud one is just gorgeous, isn't it? And then last but not least, the bluey one. £36. Half, did you say? Half the stock of that one's gone. You see, they're all flying out, absolutely flying out. Now, while I sort my table out, let's go and see what Sarah's up to. What are you doing?
Well, I've got my 4/4 done.
Yeah.
And now I'm just piecing them all together. I changed my mind on how I was going to put them together when I had them. So now I'm just piecing them together in a circle instead.
Right.
So all I'm doing is lining up those seams beautiful. Can we just appreciate though, John? I mean, that curve is sewn absolutely perfectly. Do you want me to show you another one again, how I did it? I saved the last one to show you, okay? So you've got them. You're just folding them in half and putting those perfect little crease lines in. Once you've got the crease lines in, you're going to line those crease lines up. And I cannot stress enough how easy this is to do. Now, you definitely 100% want that pen though. Life is so much easier when you glue these together. So I'm just going, because you've got a 1/4 inch seam allowance built in, I'm just going all the way around the edge. And it doesn't matter if you get a little bit too much glue on or whatever, because the glue does just wash off. You're going right sides together, piecing those two together in the middle. And then if I come to the edge, you see you line the edge ones up, and then we're just literally pressing it into place. And I find that it's quite easy just to stretch the fabric and then push it together. So I can see there I haven't quite got it right. All you do is just lift it apart again, and I can just adjust till I get it perfectly into place. And I'm one of these, I don't like bodging, John. I don't like bodging the corners. I've learnt the hard way that you try and bodge it a little bit here, and your whole panel will then be out. And once your panel's
regret
out,
it. You'll so
the whole
regret
thing's
it.
done. Let's have a look. I'm going to pop a little bit more glue on there just to make it a little bit easier to stick. But it's the fact that even around the corners becomes so easy to do. So those of you that are beginner quilters like I was, and maybe you've been sticking to your half square and your 1/4 square triangles, this is a brilliant way to introduce curves into it. The Winding Ways and the Drunkard's Path are our two most popular curved die sets. Once you've introduced curves in, then basically you can go on, you can get the double wedding ring set that we do. And as you were saying earlier, John, this is what we're really well known for. So the reason that we've got, if I'm just being really honest, I'm going to put my business head on.
Oh, yeah.
You can have Dragon Davies now for a bit. So the reason we do the Gemini on such a great deal for John's show, and usually you see other companies, if you had like a machine or something, it would be excluded from all of the special offers. So you wouldn't be allowed to use your 20% discount code off or anything like that. We allow you to do that because actually what I want you to do is I want you all to buy a Gemini. And then what will happen is, as you said, every month or so we're releasing more die sets that do different shapes, different quilt blocks. You're going to see when we come into the next show at 11 o'clock, I'm actually going to be making a lovely little jewellery holder. And all these projects, it's all about getting the cutting right in the first place.
Oh yeah, totally.
And we do all of that for you. The dies make it absolutely super simple to do, so that actually the sewing becomes a bit more pleasurable. You know what it's like, John, when you're following a pattern and it's a bag pattern or whatever it is, the worst bit is cutting everything out, isn't it?
Totally. The
enjoyable bit's the bit that comes next.
You can, especially when you're doing curves like that, you can stretch the fabric when you're cutting it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And using the Gemini, it literally, you're not touching the fabric. It's literally just pressing it down. You're not putting a rotary cutter through it. You're not putting scissors through it. It's literally just the die cutting it straight out. And as Sarah will also say this to you, is two things. First of all, the development team or the design team are developing new dies all the time. So it might be at the moment you buy the build block and then you think, oh, I'll just wait. There will be your favourite, like the double wedding band quilt, flew out, absolutely flat, because lots of people wouldn't do that. But also, the machines are made for Sarah, so you're not buying it from a big machine company in America. You're not buying it from some impersonal company. If you have any issues or anything with any of the machines, isn't this right?
Yes.
We've got Gemini John who sorts everything out. It's here. It comes here. You're not thinking, where in America am I going to ring? Which call centre am I going to call? You literally get in touch with us here. Oh, and I just want to say a big thank you to Sharon and her team. The customer service team here are completely and utterly brilliant. If you've got any problems at all, just get in touch with them. I sent her an email the other night, and the next day I got a reply to every single question. She and her team are absolutely brilliant. So if you buy a Gemini sewing machine or a Gemini cutting machine or anything, it's literally in-house. It will be sorted out for you in-house, whether on the phone or if there's a little problem with the machine, it will be sorted for you. So you've got complete kind of peace of mind when it comes to buying machinery.
Well, I know for a lot of people, you see, John, we have people ringing up every day, and it's quite often it's not a problem with the machine, but they'll ring up and say, I was watching Sarah and John on Tuesday, and Sarah was doing this drunkard's path, and I just can't quite remember what she said about such and such.
Yeah.
And the girls are sitting watching the shows so that they can say, oh yes, no problem. They'll say, I can't remember what she said about putting that bit of sticky tape and where you put it. Or you put it here like this. Or as you said, John, if you get your machine home and you think, oh, what was the sandwich? Just ring us up and we'll sort it out. If for any reason you have a problem with it, and honestly, we've sold close to 250,000 Geminis worldwide. It is like the #1 selling die cutting machine worldwide. Any problem you've got, you just ring us up. We will send someone to your house to pick it up, have it brought back here. Any repairs done, as you said, Gemini John's our in-house engineer. He will fix it and then we'll have it sent back to you. So there's no hassle, there's no worry, no nothing, because at the end of the day, we're not a machine company. We are a company who make these wonderful dies. So if I can give you the world on a stick best experience ever with the machine, you're going to keep buying more and more dies, because you're not just going to do plain quilt blocks. You're going to do the drunkard's path, the winding ways, the double wedding rings, the more advanced stuff. You're going to come on a bit of a journey with us, and that's our mantra as a company. That's what we're about. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely spot on. Every one of those, and you've just watched me do it from start to finish as we've been on the show, John.
Yeah.
And it looks wonderful. And in them fabrics is just off the chart amazing.
Well, first of all, they're beautiful to look at, but also the quality of the cotton is second to none. And if you're working with a fabulous cotton, it sort of does a lot of the work for you. So if you've got the Gemini machine cutting out and you've got a really, really good quality cotton that you're working with, then you'll be able to do anything. I think that the sky's the limit, whereas before you'd have thought, oh, I'm not going to do a drunkard's path, not very good with curves, can't cut out the wedding ring, the double wedding band, things like that, can't cut out, can't cut. You could do it. You could do all of it now. Sunny's arranging for me to have classes in it, so one day I'll be sitting here using it with you, so Sarah can have a morning off, and I'll be sitting here showing you how to make it and everything. Now, I just need to tell you about the favourite fabrics. Can you guess which the top 4 fabrics are? Well, this one first of all. This, I knew it would be. These are the top 4 fabrics. I mean, it is beautiful. Oops, get it the right way. When we had this in the spring colours, right? Flew out, absolutely flew out. So this is in the top 4 of favourite fabrics so far. Please, 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 please be careful. I don't want anybody to miss out. I don't want a message when I get home going, oh, I came in for the Liberty and it's all gone. Because it will. It'll go. So please make sure, if you've got it in your basket, you check out. If you haven't got it in your basket, put it in your basket and check out now. So that's the first one. You're all feeling in a bit of a bluey green mood today, I think, because the next one is this one. That's the next favourite in the top 4. It's lovely though, isn't it? You think the thing is, you can use that for so many. You could even use that for a binding on a quilt. It would look gorgeous, wouldn't it? $7.99 for half a metre, or $11.99. Just stunning. 100% cotton, machine washable, quilting weight. Beautiful, beautiful. The colours are pure. That's what's good about them. The colours, they're not like, it's as though they've come from Mother Nature themselves. So that's the second of the 4. Third of the 4th, Emily Silhouette in the blue. There you go. I think you're all feeling in kind of that. Now, I'm trying to remember what it is. If you're clamouring for blue, it means, that it's like when you're clamouring for a colour, it means you're missing something in your life. I wonder what it is that causes blue. I think it's peace and tranquility blue, isn't it? Mind you, never trust a man who always wears blue. That's what they say, isn't it? And then, last but not least, no, it's not a blue. It's not a blue. It's the magenta Emily Silhouette. Look. They are your top 4 bestsellers so far. But it'll change. It'll change again, no doubt, as the day goes on. Oh, okay. Now, you can have up to 8 metres of any of the fabrics. There's a limit to 8 metres. Mind you, why would you need more than 8 metres? I suppose the only difference is if you're doing it as a backing for a quilt, you might need more than 8, mightn't you? But that'd be a big quilt, 4 metres. No. 8 metres is your maximum that you're allowed to buy. That sounds wrong. I don't mean that you're allowed to buy. It's limited to 8 metre hybrid. Okay, so, what am I doing now, sorry? Oh, what am I doing? We're checking in with Sarah. What's she up to?
Oh, I'm just squaring off.
Oh, right.
Coming up a little bit later, we've got these amazing folding rulers, John.
Yeah.
Which are perfect for all of your squaring off. I'm going to be showing you a little bit later how they're actually perfect for cutting your half square and quarter-inch square triangles as well. But from my point of view here, all I'm doing is lining up the 6-inch right into the middle, and it means that I can cut this down to an absolutely perfect 12-inch square. So bear in mind, it's designed to come out as a 12.5, so that if you're then connecting it onto your next project, it's exactly the right size. But I'm just cutting mine down to a 12 to give you a nice finish. We've got these this rotary cutter, by the way. If you're in the market for a new rotary cutter today, we've got them on the show. We've got the A1 cutting mat on the show that I'm using. We've pretty much got everything you could want, actually, John.
We've got loads. So do you know what I'll do? Is while Sarah's squaring that off, I'll just do a recap of my last hour, and then we'll start the softer side 2 hours of the show. It's like a steam train, isn't it? We just go for it. And all the better for you, because what choices. I mean, it is... There's nothing worse, is there, when you watch a show and they start the hour and they go, I'm going to show you this machine. And then an hour later, you're still sitting on the same machine and you're like, oh, just get on with it. This one, no chance of getting bored in this show, is there? You're on, off. Right, orifils. Red, did you say? These are gorgeous. These are so gorgeous. Orifil threads, 100% Egyptian cotton, taken to Italy, created for you. Now, these are little boxes of 3. They get 3, and each one is 1,300 meters on each. This is Pompeii red, and they are the 3 reds that you get there. It says on the back of the box what color you're getting. So if you need to reorder later on, 3 large spools, and they are exquisite, aren't they? They're 50 weight. 50 weights are ideal for all sorts of sewing, for you, whether it's dressmaking or whether it's quilting or pleating or anything like that at all. So that's your red one, the Pompeii red. I'm not putting this away very well, am I? Though? Hang on a second. Oh, hang on. There we go. All in the box there. Pompeii red from Orifil, an incredible company, Italian company, family-run company. They do all sorts of... We're going to be bringing you more and more of this as time goes by. £27 or $35 for your 3 huge spools of 1,300 metres on each spool. I know, it's fantastic. First time we brought you these as well here on the John Scott Sewing World Show. So $35 or £27. Now, I'll just slide the grey one in for you now. There's the grey one. This is Milan grey. And this one you get the 3. Now you see this middle one here, if you do piecing, no matter what colours you're using, you either use a biscuit or a silvery grey. That one there would be brilliant for your piecing. So if you're doing all sorts of lovely Liberty colours, you don't want to be changing the thread every time you change a piece of fabric, do you? Just use that colour there to piece it. I mean, they're lovely. And then maybe quilt. Oh, that'd be nice. If you made a quilt out of all the Liberty fabrics and then you actually did your quilting in the kind of dove grey or the soft grey there. Lovely, isn't it? Beautiful. That's the grey one. And then last, now we have a question about this one really, because it's called mauve, this next one. They're beautiful colours. They are exquisite. I would call that vintage myself or something like that, because they're like a very soft tea rose, a really, really beautiful soft rose there. And then, that one would be good for piecing as well. There's your silvery, not your silver, your biscuity colour. But that one there is called your Verona Mauve. Lovely. Yeah, of course it is. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And you're loving it as well. They were selling before it came. Right. Very quickly, I'm just going to do the 3 bundles of Liberty fabrics, right? So we'll start. They're all on the website. You go and choose them. So this is the first one. Oh, let me move those cards out of the way. This is the first one. So you get your Emily silhouette in your blue. You get 1/2 metre of each of these. Remember, 1/2 metre of that one, 1/2 metre of this one, 1/2 metre of this one, 1/2 metre of that one, and 1/2 metre of the Cosmos. For £36, and it's 10% off on the first day. 10% off. I know. Well, you normally take money off later on when you're trying to shift what's left over. Not on the very first day you launch a brand new, beautiful fabric and a fabric that you know is going to be incredibly, incredibly popular. So I'll just put that to one side. That's the bluey one. Then we've got the spring light one here. So on this one, you get half a metre of the tiny, tiny little beautiful little flowers on that one. Then you get half a metre of this one, which is the meadow, the Suffolk meadow. You get half a metre of the other meadow. Then you get half a metre of the pink and half a metre of your lilac. Again, £36, $53.95, saving 10%. 100% cotton, machine washable, 44 inches wide, half a metre of each of those. Remember, all of these fabrics are available by the half metre on their own at $7.99 for half a metre. Right, last but not least, the pink one. Oh, right, look, it's not even 11 o'clock, right? Limited stock already. Limited stock. Obviously, Sunny, what's the matter? Won't last today. Won't last today. Won't last today. Right, we'll get Sunny to see if we can order some more, but who knows? Who knows? I don't want to add any undue pressure, but I'd buy it now. If you really want it, I'd get it now. So you got the Emily silhouette there in the magenta. You've got the beautiful summer colours in that one. This, I love this one. That's like a kind of a fabric, a vintage fabric that's been made contemporary, isn't it? Really, really beautiful. Then, of course, you've got the lavender florals. And then this is so traditional and gorgeous, isn't it? So that whole bundle, half a metre each of those fabrics, £36, $53.95. Please make sure you check out. Oh, this is going to go. Please be careful because the pink one's going to go. The pink one is going to go. Right. So, oh,